September 3rd, 2025. We got a new wood stove setup, and I'm going to go over how it works. On the bottom here, we have the secondary airflow. It goes in under the stove and comes out at the top of the firebox. I've got a couple of holes on the riser tube to give more primary air in the back of the stove. On the left, we have the control box, and that's operating the two fans. The second fan is the primary air fan. It's up on the top left there. It's putting in that plenum tube, and then it goes into the top of the stove. This particular stove has vents right above the door, and we have to put air in there. Otherwise, the fans push it out those vents, and that's why I had to put that plenum tube on there. And then on the back is the convection air that pumps air behind the stove and out the top, and we were getting 125 degree air today. The fuel was extremely dry. It was hardwood from pallets and a little bit of sawdust. I put 698 grams on to get it started. About 35 minutes, I put 1,298 grams on, and at just about an hour, I put 1,130 grams. That is a total of 3,120 grams. So that's 3.12 kilograms of fuel today. This is the secondary air fan. It puts out around 7 CFM at max, and it is modulated. This is the primary air. It puts out a max of around 4 and is important to keep the flames yellow. It is also modulated. They both spin up at the same time. They just put out slightly different amounts of air, and they also put air in different locations into the firebox. Part of our instrumentation suite is this Dwyer Mark II. I have it zeroed at 0.05 because sometimes it can go negative a little bit. This helps me keep track of the fans and if they're putting too much air pressure in or if the exhaust system is pulling too hard. I found the best fire from this data collection. I collect about 2 hours of stuff, and I always try to find the best flames to put in my videos. The first chart I have to show you is the opacity chart. The new sensor is working outstanding. This, we put a little bit more than 30% or 40% actually, just a peak when we were starting out, but most of the other peaks are at 20 or below for brief periods of time. So we did very well, very legal burn, and we recorded everything. So this is sampling at about 1.5 second intervals, and it's just doing great. The other graph that I have is opacity with color shift overlaid. And the color shift is an undefined term. I say it's the preferential scattering of blue light resulting in a reddening of the light. And then at the end, we have it go below zero. So it went a little to the blue during the ember phase, the tail of the fire. So we're still trying to determine what color shift is. It's definitely a measurable parameter. I say it's ultrafine particles under 500 at a high ratio to the other particles. So when the smoke is peeking out, we have really fine particles being part of that. Well, the final graph for our little demonstration here is the temperatures on the wood stove, the orange line being right above the exit of the stove, and the blue line is the one I'm really looking at. I didn't want to exceed 450 degrees, and I think I got right up to it, but did not exceed it. This stove was putting out really good heat after 1 hour, and I could have put wood on for the rest of the day and have been heating the whole shop. It was really good. It really didn't put out much smoke. We're burning clean. The rest of this video is fire and a little bit of music.
In the heart of the home, where warmth is key, a secret hero works to keep the air free. No smoke, no fumes, just clean and bright. Our smokeless chimney shining with delight.